Well, I'm Shawn Barigar. I'm the president and CEO of the Twin Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. So, in my professional job, my job is to provide leadership to our business community throughout the Magic Valley area. We have about 850 members, and our goal is to help make business better and an integral part of the community. So that's sort of my professional background. Personally, I'm a fifth generation native of the Magic Valley. My wife and I have got two kids, 14 and 10, and we hang out and enjoy life in Twin Falls and get out and do things and keep ourselves engaged to help make our community a better. The mistake that I see often that repeats itself, whether it's in business with a business person who's trying to help make their business successful, or with organizations I'm involved with, boards, those types of things, or even on a personal level, both for me and my kids. I think it's very easy when things are tough, when there's a challenge at hand, to close off to everyone else and sort of sit by yourself and try to solve the challenge. But I think people tend to not solve it, they just continue assessing the challenge.
Just stewing on it.
They just sort of sit and stew and get more frustrated and don't ever get to a solution. And what I think more people need to do, whether it's in business or in their personal lives, is tap into the resources around you. Be open to constructive criticism and suggestions and expertise that someone else may be able to lend a hand to help you solve the problem, rather than sit around and stew about it, because I think it just makes the challenge worse.
Sure.
And I don't know that you ever get to a solution, or if you do, you've spent so much time grumbling about it that you don't even appreciate the fact that you've solved whatever you were trying to solve. I view myself as a leader. That's my role in my professional job. It's what I get paid to do. I'm in that position because I'm expected to be a leader. And that's one path that you can look at leadership. Leadership is because you're in the position to do it, so you got to do it.
Yeah, they give you the big chair. Yeah.
But leadership is more than that, because you have to possess the skills to actually do that. And so some of my personal philosophy about that is, I'm not a leader because I know everything. I probably know a lot less about what I'm trying to lead than the people I'm leading. I've never owned a business. I've never dealt with these things, but I'm trying to lead business owners into a prosperous future for the community. So I really do tap into the people around me. I don't profess that I know everything. I'm open and willing to listen to people, and I ask a lot of questions, and I want to know their expertise and what they can bring to the table. Then my job as a leader is to sort of shepherd all of these different experts around to get to the common goal. So I like to look at the big picture, at the vision, at where we're going, and not get caught in the tasks at hand. Back on my career, on my adult life, I wish I would have put more thought into what I wanted to be when I grew up. When people were asking me, what do you want to be when you grow up? Clear back to when you're 10, 11, 12 years old, and people are saying, what do you want to be? I wish I would have put more thought to it then, and laid out a plan well into the future of how to get there. And I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I had inspirational, supportive people around me, but I wish others would have pushed it a little more, and I wish I would have paid more attention. Not that I'm not happy with where I've ended up personally and professionally, but it took a while to get there. When I applied for this job at the Chamber almost 7 years ago, one of the concerns that the hiring committee had is that I hadn't had a lot of longevity in individual jobs prior to that. So my track record was about 4 or 5 years at each job, and then I was looking for something else. But when I interviewed, I explained, as I look back on that job hopping, as they called it, every time I made a change, it was professionally and personally rewarding for me because there was new challenge with the new gig. And I brought a skill set from that previous job to the new one that really helped wherever I was working at that point grow and prosper. I mean, I brought something to the table. But I think the reason I did that over time is because I didn't have that clear vision on the front end of what do you want to do? What do you want to give back to the community? Because a job really is that. I mean, yeah, it pays the bills and those kinds of things, but you have to like what you do on a daily basis and have some reward in it that's beyond the paycheck. Or you go find another job. And I did a lot of that earlier on. But I think that, if I were talking to young people, I would say, I know grown-ups tell you things all the time that you don't want to listen to. I certainly hear it at my house from my kids. But I just want to shake them sometimes and say, you may not want to listen to this, but trust me, I've been there. I've been through this. These are things I would do differently. And listen and think about it now.
And get a little more clarity a little sooner.
Yeah.